What is SQL or SQL? SQL is structured query language, which is the universal language used to talk to database systems. SQL is everywhere. It powers reports, dashboards, and even the decisions that businesses make every day. Let's take an example to demonstrate what is the purpose of SQL. Imagine an e-commerce store like Amazon where customers are able to place orders online. Every time on Amazon someone clicks the Buy Now button, it will create many data points like customer, product, price, and shipping details. But Amazon doesn't just need to fulfill the order. It needs to answer business questions to run the business and make effective decisions. Questions like what were yesterday's top selling products, what is the total sales we made on a specific day, which customers order more than once this month, so on and so forth. The answers to these questions come from data. Every order, product, and customer interaction is captured and stored as data. You can imagine that at the very top, all of the Amazon's information lives inside a database, a single container that holds everything. You can imagine this as a central resource or repository that holds all the Amazon e-commerce related datasets. Inside the database, the information is further divided into schemas. Each schema organizes data into one related area. In our example, you can imagine schemas serve each subcompartment of Amazon e-commerce business, like sales, products, and customers. Inside each schema, we structure data into tables. You can imagine tables are something like a grid or a spreadsheet. The product schema may have different tables, such as product details, images, variants, promotions, and price history. Each table is made up of rows and columns. A row is a record, like one product on Amazon. Columns or attributes like name, price, etc. For example, we may want to know what is the total sales amount for each product for January 15th, 2026. But how do we communicate this question to the database? That's where we can use SQL, which is the language we use to communicate with databases, schemas, tables, rows, and columns. For this example, we may want to use the product sales table that's in the sales schema. This table has each product, the sales, the revenue in dollars, and the date the sales happened. And we need to apply the following SQL query. Select product, sum of sales from Amazon e-commerce database sales schema.product sales table, where date is 2026, January 15th. Don't worry about the specifics of the SQL query. Just understand how we are using SQL to communicate with data systems to get answers to the business questions. So now we have seen how data is organized into databases, schemas, tables, rows, and columns. SQL is used to communicate with all of these systems, turning questions into answers.
Preparing for data interviews isn't easy. LeetCode has SQL and Python problems, but they're not really built for data professionals. You juggle SQL here, Python there, and data modeling somewhere else, and still don't feel ready. That's why we're building Pipecode, a platform designed just for data professionals. Data modeling you can finally practice, SQL and Python questions from big tech data interviews, AI-powered mock interviews that feel like the real deal. Pipecode, launching Q1 2026. Learn, practice, succeed.